Follow. Hello, friends, family, folks. I am Brendan. Hello, Frank.
Hello.
Hello, Martin.
Hi.
It's us again.
Not even trying to bury the lead.
No. This one's it. Oh well, hey, I haven't actually dropped the episode name. That's the one taboo. But I mean, it's in the title. So like you've clicked on it. But that's all by the by. Hello and welcome to the Hammerbun Project, where we bark down episodes of the Australian children's television program Bluey.
I've
got it.
Yes,
I've fumbled over it a couple of times, but that time I went really quickly into it.
You did.
And I think I wasn't in my own head.
Yeah,
And
but
so
you are
I
now,
went,
though.
There he goes.
Can't talk.
This episode of the Hammerbun Project is called Funic-blue-li, Funic-blue-la.
But what's been going on, my lads, fellas?
My lads.
My champs,
one of the things I've been
chums.
thinking.
My bros. Sorry, go.
Any other ones?
No,
Good.
I'm all out.
The boys.
Frank's still got some. If you want to let him talk.
I should say that we've got a unicorn in the house now.
Yes, you do. I've only seen photos, but oh boy.
So I was doing the Christmas shopping and I saw it on the shelf there, and I took
No,
a
hang on. You
picture.
did have it in the car, didn't you? You did show us in the flesh, didn't you?
Oh,
Yeah,
I brought it in
Yes,
last
yes,
time.
yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned it when
No.
we were doing
Yep.
the episode though. But so anyway, it's like you can get it at, well, if you live in Australia, have a look at your Kmart. If you really want to do that to your partners or other family
Or your
members, 'cause-
voice.
Yes, that's the other thing. So I did that. I took a picture of it when I was in the shop, and I put it on our Discord, on the Empire Discord. I'm like,
So good.
my wife is going to hate me. There's no way I'm not buying this.
But your friends are gonna love you.
Oh yeah, but no. Family is actually like my wife. Ali's okay with it. She has a lot of fun with it too.
Good sport.
Naomi
Good
loves
sport.
it too much.
Yeah,
Really?
too much.
Yeah.
Because it becomes a thing of like daddy do unicorns is
Sure.
now the
Yeah.
sort of thing. And there's only so long you can just do the aggressive, nah, I don't want to do that unicorns.
Mm.
Like there's a reason why that's a
Yeah,
7-minute
okay.
episode.
Yeah,
sure.
That level of energy, you can't, and you have to find a voice that's
Yeah.
not quite unicorns, but something that you can maintain
Yeah.
for a long period of time. So yeah, so mine's just kind of like, how's it going? How's it going, Dodge? What are you doing?
That's Jack's like phrase, because we've got the exact same one after
Yeah.
seeing yours. I was like,
Nice.
Yeah.
I have to track this down. And all I have to do is take it out. And Jack just looks and goes, how's it going, Sir Dodgers? Like, totally out of context.
Yeah, I just Naomi loves it when you do the. That's it. You get the horn, and you
Yeah.
just squish them
Get a
with
bit
the
Yeah,
top
pokey.
of it.
they're soft.
Look out, I'm going to get a bit pokey. Yeah, because they're
Horn.
soft, and you can basically
Yeah,
just do
amazing.
But yeah, it's great fun, but now you just kind of, it's a double-edged sword. Let's be honest. It's a double corn.
It's a double. Well, yeah. What is that? Unicorn. One corn. It's a corn.
It's
Is
a
that what
corn.
is that?
No, it's a unique horn,
unicorn. Right.
Yeah.
See,
as in
Mr. Mythology over here.
Anyway, but the other story I had to tell, because we did talk about the minisodes.
Mhm.
And that's right. We were driving along and we were pretty tired. It was the end of the day. We're desperately hoping Naomi's going to fall asleep in the back of the car. And she's talking to us and she's like, come on, I want to do something. I want to play a game. Like, can we play I Spy? Like, I Spy with my, like, why is no one answering me? Why is it like, can we just kind of like, just don't? We've told
not
you we've
inter-
stopped talking. We've said it's time
Yeah.
to chill out, blah, blah, blah.
If you don't move, the dinosaurs can't see you.
That's pretty much it. We're just kind of like, no, it's time to chill out. We're not going to do it. And she's like, and then we just hear, type. Dear government, my parents don't do what I tell them. Cha-ching.
Ka-ching.
And there's just a little voice. She's just going, my parents don't do. What are you going to do about it?
Kid's got spunk. Kid's got some sass. Good to see.
So that was my good story. Anyway.
It'll never be boring. It'll never be boring living with
Never.
Naomi.
Never. Anyway, Frank, Any stories from you?
Well, I think since the last time we recorded, I have done our holiday to Queensland.
That you have.
And whilst there are many stories from that, the one that is perhaps most pertinent to this show is, of course, we went to Bluey's World. Now, I'm not going to go into detail
I
about
thought you
that.
said you went to Queensland.
Truly amazing.
Bluey's World, entirely different planet, I assume.
Well, we had to
It's a
be
world.
we had to be careful with Jack because he's like, "Where's Bluey's house?" In his mind, we're going to Bluey's house. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and he.
Real physical place.
Yeah, exactly. And
Mhm.
it's, again, I'm not going to go into detail, particularly for spoilers and people who might be going there. We will drop a bit of a Bluey's World review as a, sort of a separate episode for those who wish to listen. But
Oh,
yes,
good.
Jack was very excited. But putting that aside for a second, we also did like the SeaWorld, Movie World sort of combo as with all the theme parks up in Queensland.
Yep.
Jack had a great time. I think Jack's favorite new character that he discovered is Beetlejuice.
Oh, very
He just
okay.
has never seen the movie, of course, because it's probably not appropriate for
Yeah.
a 5-year-old.
Spoopy.
But you know, love the fact this guy in a black and white striped suit with crazy hair would just stop in the middle of the street and talk to him, and you know, pull a funny face and had a funny voice. And
There was
now
a,
he's a fan of Beetlejuice.
There was a Beetlejuice cartoon for a while. Was that
There
a little
was?
bit more?
Ah.
Was that a little bit more approachable?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think it was that real Nickelodeon
Yeah.
gross out style humor. But yes, there was a cartoon.
Yeah.
But yeah, had a great time. We got to all the water slides at Wet and Wild and all this sort of stuff. The
Never
one
been
story
to
I can tell,
Queensland.
all three of us. Jack was obviously a bit too young to go on the really big water slides and stuff,
Sure.
so he went on the
You must
mini
be
kid
this
ones,
tall.
pretty much. And he's like, I was like, buddy,
So
you're
you
not
just
even
left
close.
him and you went
Yeah,
with Ali?
That's
and-
right. He
yeah.
just met us at the bottom.
Yeah.
But there was
Talk
one
amongst
that
yourselves.
one that we were all able to go on where you sit in like a large tube, so you can have like up to 4 people in this basically
Big donut?
big
Taurus?
donut type thing, and you go, and it's a fairly decent sort of roll. Yeah, this you go
Flippy,
up the
slidey,
side
yep.
and stuff. And Jack and I were loving it, and about halfway down, I just could see Ali. Just her face was grimacing, and she was a little bit scared. I was like, "Are you okay? Like this is not. It's not a crazy fast ride. The
Mhm.
5-year-old's fine." She goes, "Yeah, you two are facing forward. I'm facing backwards. Cannot tell when the corners are coming." I was like,
Okay.
I see how that might change the experience for you.
The element of surprise.
But yes, fun times in Queensland, and you know it is possible with a 5-year-old to do the theme parks and not be totally stressed out.
Oh,
hey,
really?
well done.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Can it is possible?
Wow,
Pretty,
all three of you
pretty
returned
envious.
Yes,
Yeah. And we're so glad to have you.
it is nice to be back home where it is nowhere near as humid.
Still pretty hot at the minute, though.
Pretty
At the
hot,
time of
but
recording.
it's
But
imagine
that classic
this with
South
like
Australian
100
dry heat.
Exactly, 100% humidity. It just feels heavier. Just everything.
flies
Everything
fly
feels
slower.
wet.
You just
Yeah.
don't want to do anything.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I've always said I'm a fan of humidity, and I was like, nope, I'm a South Australian boy.
Yeah.
Back to
I don't-
arid conditions for me.
I do not need any help being lazy.
Anything from you, Brendan?
That's
great.
Yeah.
Classic.
I
There
still,
it is.
after all these years, I still don't see it coming. I walk right into it every time. I keep forgetting that.
You had a
Martin-
good gig, though.
Yeah, no,
You
it was
been
good.
anywhere?
Yes, I have been to Perth over in Western Australia, like the opposite end of this
Mhm.
big old country to you, Frank.
Mhm.
My brother lives there, or one of my brothers, and so I got to visit him and the kids
Hey.
because we went over there for the Perth Fringe Festival because some of the music that I've been doing has been like doing all right and booking festivals and things, so that's pretty cool. And playing with a great mob of people, and it was a bit of a whirlwind trip. We were only there for 4 days, but got to go to Freo. Love Fremantle. That's a great place, and saw the statue of Bon Scott. I like to visit Bon Scott whenever I'm in Fremantle.
Mhm.
The well, not the original lead singer, but the main, like
Yes.
the remembered lead singer of AC/DC's heyday, and that was it was just a all round good trip. It's hot over there as well,
Yeah.
but I'm being a bit of a whinger about the heat now. I was just saying to Frank when we were walking in, like I used to
I'm
not be
old.
as much of a whinger, but yeah, I think I'm really feeling the weather as I get older.
What's that, Brendan? Speaking to the horn.
Oh, I said I'm really feeling the weather. What horn? Did you say horn or corn? I can't quite.
No, in the horn.
The unicorn.
Well, it's funny you should mention AC/DC
Mhm.
because the soundtrack to our Queensland holiday
You were saying
was
yeah.
pretty much Jack discovering AC/DC, and in particular Thunderstruck. It was we'd get in the car from wherever we'd been. This happened on multiple days, and he'd just go, "Can I have thunder?" Which is his way of asking to play Thunderstruck. And he's starting to branch out into other, not just AC/DC songs. He stumbled across Ram Jam doing Black Betty and sort of stuff
Right,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, okay, this is good. It's it's slow going because there's a lot of very Thunderstruck heavy at the moment. But one of the things we did in Queensland, there was an Outback Spectacular show, which is basically a lot of horses and cows, very much Jack's thing. And we got a backstage pass to go literally into a real live working horse stable. So Jack was just in his element. This is
How
amazing.
good.
And we're like, buddy, I know you're going to be excited, but there's going to be a tour guide and stuff there. You can ask questions, but you've got to be polite. Put your hand up and say, excuse me, and then ask your question. Okay. And he was really good with putting his hand up. And he said, oh, excuse me, do the horses like thunder? And
Perfectly reasonable question.
It's a logical question, and the tour guide did her best to answer. She goes, "Oh no, we do get some storms up here in Queensland, but they're usually not a fan. We usually like bring them inside." And I sort of interrupted. Went,
You
"No,
don't
no,
understand
he's
it."
referring to Thunderstruck by AC/DC. He's asking if the horses like the song." She sort of stopped and went, "Oh, we haven't played that one for them just yet."
Although for similar reasons, I'm not sure if they'd be a fan of the song. Bit loud. Depends on volume you play it. But anyone who's not playing Thunderstruck full volume.
So yes,
Come on, what are
watching
you
him
doing?
with his little plastic guitar, and just all you have to do is say, "Jack, thunder," and he starts going.
It's so very Jack.
Yeah.
That is just, he's already discovered his style of music.
I'm not worried about that kid.
I am, because he keeps asking for drums. Like
Ah.
we got him a little, and I might have
Electric
mentioned this,
drum
a
kit?
little electric drum kit, which is
Mm.
cool, makes all the different sounds. You know, there's a mode you can have fart noises every time
Yeah.
you hit the things. But he's seen other drum kits because they have a kick drum. He's like, I want the ones with a big drum at the
Yeah,
bottom.
you
And I'm
do.
like, oh,
If you're playing
dear.
Thunderstruck, you do.
you need the kick drum, right?
At the AC/DC concert, he had like one of my great regrets is that I didn't see AC/DC before Malcolm Young died. That's the band's like not going to be the same. It wouldn't be. I've never seen them. I've had the opportunity. I didn't because I'm a moron. But I've seen it on the DVDs when they have two kick drums.
Yeah.
The drummer had two kick drums either
Either
side of
side.
his head.
You go,
And
Yeah.
then boom,
Boom, boom. Yeah,
and
to
just
make it as loud as possible.
kick drum and so good. I mean, rock and roll.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else we had to talk about?
What are we here for again?
Here? What do we talk about? We usually take an episode of Bluey and bark it on down.
Woof.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
Should we send
No,
it?
we should probably do that. That's
should-
actually, it's
Yeah.
on the meeting minutes.
Oh, yeah. You've got some of those.
Yeah, yeah. It's the first
Wow.
time I've actually brought them up.
Okay. First time I even.
yeah.
First time I knew they existed.
Brendan says
Yeah,
thing,
talks about AC/DC for a bit.
Yeah.
Takes too
do the
long to do
bell,
so.
and eventually get around to talking to about Bluey.
Oh,
You mean this whole
So-
time there's been meeting minutes? I didn't even know that.
No.
You never opened my emails, Frank. How would you know?
You send me emails?
Exactly.
Email?
Not a female.
That's email. That's one for the old dudes. It really is on now.
Mm-hmm.
Getting on.
Yep.
Getting on the brothers chaps. But speaking of Bluey,
Yes.
can we flick Marty? Give Marty the green light to maybe give us a little bit of bare bones, maybe. I don't know.
Yes.
Just a
Just
Yeah,
a
I think we
far out
can.
idea.
concept.
Yeah.
Just oh yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it on the
there it
minutes?
is.
It's on the minutes.
It's on the minutes.
fantastic.
Ooh,
These
minutes.
minutes.
kind of forgetting, but sometimes also letting.
I
Marty do
gotcha.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
these
All
are
right.
detailed minutes.
All right. Benito Mussolini,
I'm gone already.
Off to a flight.
the dictator of fascist Italy from 1922 until his overthrowing, gave himself the title Il Duce, meaning the leader. Now borrowing from the aesthetics of power in Mussolini's Italy, he pretended to incarnate the new fascist Übermensch, promoting an aesthetic of exasperated machismo that attributed to him a quasi-divine capability. His visualization and his promise to bring the country to a better tomorrow, exemplified in the Italian futurist art and design movement, especially in the sculptural work of Renato Bertelli, with the prominent facial profile of Mussolini rotated 360 degrees, exemplifying a sense of speed and industrial production that would lead to this utopian future. Also, as a sign of progress, trains and the railway. Mussolini's focus on the railway led to the popular saying, "Say what you like about Mussolini, he made the trains run on time."
Yeah, I know that
And
one.
the funiculars probably also. They in fact did not run on time. This is largely propaganda, entire fabrication. So in this episode...
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There you
It
go.
was a fabrication. So in this episode, we see a compacted illustration of Mussolini's rise and fall from power, not unlike the funicular leading up and down the mountain as suggested in the score for this episode. Along with some other stuff about
Some other stuff.
about babies
Ah, man.
and just be thankful that I didn't go into the stuff about the Italian cult of the Madonna, because then this thing would have been a lot longer. The end.
Okay, a couple of reasons
Very
why
nice.
I'm so interested by some of the stuff you say that I'm interrupting you. I'm completely ruining your flow because you're dropping such interesting bombs of knowledge. Should I let you say what it's really about, or should I speak about why I started laughing halfway through?
Well, let's first of all
Let's actually stay on task.
let's translate that a
per
little
the
bit.
minutes.
As per the minutes,
yeah.
Marty does his bit and I do my bit, which is to say, this episode of Bluey is called Daddy Putdown.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
Certainly is, my friends. What an episode.
So what's it really about? Dad has to put the kids to bed.
That's
And
what it's
Mum's-
really about.
And Mum's going out.
Yeah.
And
how
Bluey wants Mum to come
That
home.
Second bit took a lot.
And
less
then
time than the first bit.
Bandit makes a joke, and then she's cool with it somehow. And
Makes a lot of jokes.
and then Mum comes home.
Yep.
Yeah. This is like, I think in my mind, when I was originally thinking of this episode, I'm just kind of like, Daddy Putdown. Yeah, I remember that main thing about like, he makes a joke of the dirty baby thing, and they're all like, no, that's not what it is. And then they're okay with it. But if you forget that it's got those key, it's got
Beats.
come here and go away.
Yeah.
It's
It
got
had
Yeah.
follow
lots
the
of
leader.
games. So many
Yeah,
games
so
that
many
I,
games.
I
And
was
the
going
montage
through.
and everything. It's yeah, you're right. It's a lot more layered than I remember because it's a season 1 episode toward the
Yeah,
end of
it
season
is.
1.
It
It
is.
is,
That's
yeah.
true.
Second to penultimate season 1 episode, I believe.
I made
Mm.
almost a bit of a mini list in my minuted notes here. Basically, just going, all right, the dropping game at the start where he's holding
So
bingo,
Yeah.
pretending to, and then you go a bit too far. Oh no, then you lost
That
you
was a
there. That's
close
enough
one.
of that. I was like, tick, yep,
Enough of
done
that
that.
game.
You know,
Such a dad
Yeah.
move,
Come-
and I love Chili's eyes in the car.
Yeah.
That one
Yeah.
was a bit too far. Like she's smiling and saying goodbye to Bluey, and then gives him a little bit of
Gives him a
stink
look,
eye.
yeah, maybe that is enough of that game sort of thing.
Yeah, and I, like come here and go away. We still do that on
Oh,
the
yeah.
swings.
You
and
don't have as
stuff.
much time though, do you?
No, that's
No,
what I
Yeah,
discovered.
that's
I'm going,
one
this is
thing.
great. And I'm like,
This is great.
This is
You really have to be
fast.
quick with your.
There's just-
now
there's
go. No, I said go. And
yeah, there's just some hidden off camera where
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
just defying physics for a few extra seconds.
Yeah.
You know, all sort of capped off by at the end with, you know, Dad passed out on the floor because the kids are asleep. I was like, yep, done that. Done that one too.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a very frank move. That
And
one.
I know it's right at the end, but Chili giving him the little pat as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So yeah, that's nice.
Anyway, Brendan, did you want to
Yeah.
get? Did you want to ask questions about the
Oh,
nerd
okay.
stuff?
No, I did start giggling when you mentioned that about the sculpture of the face, the
Yeah,
rotating
because I
thing.
shared a picture
Because
for you guys.
Marty, not to peek too far behind the curtain, but Marty did give us the tip that he'd have a particularly colourful And it did make me giggle when you send a picture of like Martin.
Inexplicable thing.
You sent me another thing during the week that I still haven't quite figured out.
Oh, yeah.
But he sent us a picture of this rotating thing, and you know what it reminded me of? This is being as classic as I am on topic all the time. Do you guys know Tim the Toy Man from like Grand Illusions? He does like stuff on YouTube. He's an old guy. He used to be a children's entertainer.
Nah.
But he talks about the toys that he gets on toys fairs. He's a British fella.
Yeah,
but
right.
he had like one was optical illusions. And it was one from like the coronation of I don't know. I think it might have been the coronation of the Queen because it had the Queen and Prince Philip, their faces in the side of this
Okay.
so it was like the silhouette, and as it spun it changed from one side to the other, and so I thought, what's he got one of these for? But is that an actual thing that he did? And
So the sculptist,
Yeah.
sculptor, yeah, because Mussolini, if you've ever seen a picture of him, he's got a huge head
yeah,
with this massive brow and this big nose and big chin.
yeah,
So they've just basically taken his profile
Yeah.
and then spun it 360 degrees.
Yeah.
So and it looks like speed, which
Yeah.
is what futurism,
yeah.
Italian futurism was about.
Oh,
So,
man.
yeah, anyway, there's a lot of, but the real reason why I'm using the Mussolini thing and why it gets, why it gets linked into this and why I immediately think of it is because he's doing the follow the lead a
Yeah.
bit.
You're not
Number
that's
one,
wrong.
he's in profile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Which so you
Yep.
get this profile picture, which jumps to me. Also, he's being incredibly pompous,
yeah,
which is what Mussolini was all about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The machismo, and he was towards it feels very, together we are strong.
yeah,
Towards a better
A
future.
future.
Feels
yeah.
a little
Right.
bit fascist to me.
yeah.
Um,
something.
But did you? I made reference to the music. Did you guys look into the music?
I was going to ask. I assumed one of you would know like that tune where it's from.
So it's Brendan. Any guesses?
Oh, Brenny, not knowing something about music. What is going on?
Funic-blue-li, Funic-blue-la,
Yeah.
da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's from an opera. It's from
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what.
So do you know what a funicular is?
I can't say I do.
So it's a train that goes up a mountain. So the
Okay.
song is apparently about a man sees a beautiful woman and invites her to go up and down the mountain so that's why it's Funic-blue-li,
Yeah.
funicular, go down. So we'll
Right.
go up and go down the mountain on the train.
Right.
Yeah, so there you go. But it's because it's from an opera and it's in Italian. That just
Yeah.
makes me, and you got
Right.
somebody marching to that.
Yeah.
That just makes me think of Mussolini every single time.
Yeah. Wow.
There you go. That's why you got this one.
See, this is such an educational
Education.
podcast, everybody.
Yeah, well,
Without Marty, it wouldn't be. But well, it just depends what it's about. Yeah.
Hey, you want to learn about toys? I'm
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
like-
yeah. He's the man.
Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad?
I got you covered,
We
everybody.
got you covered.
But like I do love the follow the leader. Something.
Yeah.
United, we are strong. Anyway,
And I
it
love-
just trails off.
Because I think when you're trying to create games for kids,
Yeah.
you try and have this sense of consistency
Yeah.
in all the stuff you're doing and saying.
Yeah.
But sometimes you realize that it really just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can just jump massive things or make stuff that's completely in gear.
And here's
And
the
it,
hidden thing about like Bluey, because it's great playing games with kids, especially when they like. But starting a new game or showing them the rules or whatever might be a little bit tricky, and it might be
Yeah.
hard to get them excited. But I could do that with the kids at home, and they would know exactly what to do because
Yeah.
they already know the rules from Bluey.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they're all fun games. The
Mm.
stuff that Joe Brum's mostly pulled from his real life.
Yep.
And so they're all funny games made up by a funny, great dad.
Mhm.
And he's teaching the kids of Australia and the world how to play these games. So if you just pick up a Bluey game, which are all going to be fun anyway,
Mm.
and they already know them, so you can just do them.
Yeah.
Like it's a
Yeah.
great tool kit for awesome fun games.
It's so true. Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. It's the cheat book.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah. Because one of the reasons I kind of suggested this episode is because Naomi's been asking to play like Follow the Lead.
Yeah,
So
how good.
as you mentioned, Frank, for quite some time we've been doing Come Here and Go Away.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's,
I made Nora a rope swing for a few Christmases
Yeah.
ago on one of the trees up the hill. And when we go up there, all she wants to do is play Come Here, Go Away. She puts a bit more detail in it. Like she says, I have to go to my room and you have to send me to my room because you're doing something in your room. And so
Okay.
there's,
Alright.
there's
Okay,
more
there's
layers.
rules,
There's more
yeah.
narrative
And
there,
more
yeah.
layers is just what I need when she actually comes back a lot quicker than you might do in a cartoon. So I've got very little. I said go away. I said go away because you have to do the thing.
Yeah,
and then she's already back.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one that sort of sneaks into this is the, kids standing behind you and you're looking for them. Where's Jack gone?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
turning
okay.
around sort of thing.
Yep.
We
And
do that one.
the announcing to make it possible.
Yes,
You're always a
it's
big
the,
fan of the
"Just
announcing.
check
mode.
those
my
Oh
shoe."
yes, well, I wonder if they're over this way, and you could turn slower and like,
Yeah.
but they would always like. Can you imagine instructing the kids? Go, no, when I turn this way, you run
You
right.
look that
But
way.
they just watch this episode
Organically,
and
yeah.
they all like.
And they know. Yeah.
It's such a great,
It's modeled
and there's-
for them
yeah,
in the
yeah.
episode.
There's that giggling again. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Yeah, and how Bingo goes a little bit too
Extend-
long.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
kind of like look at it. Like you don't have to put that in there, but it's just
and
a nice
Bluey's
little
face
detail.
in that moment where
Yeah,
she's like got,
well, that's a
got
bit
the one
much.
eyebrow up, just going, Bingo, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, Bingo
being a
just
bit-
still doing things her way, like a little bit different.
Yeah. Just a bit more emphatic, a little
Yeah.
bit more. But then it doesn't get mentioned.
No.
And they just continue.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just keep on going.
This show's full of little things that didn't have to be there, but make it a bit more real because they're not going to be on the same page all the time. And that little detail, it's like something a real kid would do that doesn't need to be addressed, but it just enriches the show.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I think it's also that both Bingo and Bluey react differently to the fact that Mum's going away.
Yeah.
Bingo's just
Yeah.
like, that's fine, whatever, Dad's cool. Whereas Bluey is, and that's in a house with multiple kids. That's probably true to life
Yeah.
as to how some kids will handle things differently,
Depending
and
on what
that.
week it is.
Yeah,
what day.
depending on which way the wind's blowing.
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, it's funny we're
Yeah.
doing this episode today because just last night it was a Nana put down for Nora. And
Right.
so Josh's
Oh.
mum came round.
How'd that go?
Did she have
And,
something on the TV and it was too loud?
No, Debbie's not there yet. I should say.
Pardon?
No, not quite. Oh boy. No, I'm not. I don't want to get in trouble with
Any
Josh's
more I
mum.
can drop you in it?
No.
Brendan?
No, thank you, Mum. You've done quite enough. But no. And so I was near, but I was going to go out, but I was home, so I did help out. But it was Nana put down, and then Nora did get a bit upset because Mum and Dad were off. Like like she was totally fine. But it's just when it's different,
Yeah.
and so she was a bit upset, and and it's just like then I watched Daddy Put Down today again for the first time in a while. I'm like, wow, it's just really, I don't really want you to go, and the whole phone, can you ring her?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's so real.
It all played out exactly how
What are we going to do? We're going to ring Mum. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. Like
And the phone comes out of the pocket.
Not,
Yeah.
She hasn't been gone 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like, so what are we gonna do? Ring Mum and tell her to come back. We're not
doing
that. It's just it's so good.
Is that the case in your house, Frank? Is it usually? Because I have a lot of trouble with Daddy Put Downs. Mummy is the focal point.
Just what you
Yeah,
get
okay.
used to, I suppose.
Probably of the two of us, like Ali tends to be the one who's away more. Part of her job is every sort of maybe 2-3 days out of a month. She is in Melbourne for work. And we've had a few instances where Jack's like, I don't like Melbourne because in his eyes, Melbourne is this thing that takes Mummy away.
Yeah,
But the
I see.
actual event of me putting him to bed is okay. It's probably at worst, I think she's been away sort of 3 nights, and by night 3, he gets a bit like, "Where's Mum?" Like, then it gets a bit much. But otherwise, usually not too bad. We tend to like tag team and go, right, I'll do one night, Mum does another night. So if there is something like that crops up, we can, they're not afraid of the other ones. So to speak.
Yeah, okay. No,
Yeah.
we've tried so many different tactics.
Yeah.
Like, she just wants mummy
Just
every
all
night.
about mum.
Always mummy.
It's
And
it's not-
so we've tried, like, okay, we did the back and forth. That
Yeah.
wasn't really working. Okay, you get to choose which nights. It gets to be 3 mummy nights and 3 daddy nights, and you choose when. You're like, okay, I'll have 3 mummy nights. Like, okay, but you do
realise.
You buy now and pay later.
It's like, no, I don't want to. I'm like, okay. But this episode kind of like gets to it a bit. I'm not sure if I've talked about this on the show before. It's getting to that point where we've done enough episodes of this that I can't remember all the anecdotes we've told. And as we were talking about, you got to talk into the horn. Now we're getting a bit.
No, the corn. Sorry.
But that idea of, I think I'm taking this from some research, somebody did saying like when kids are with whoever the dominant parent is,
Mhm.
they have the dopamine release when they get affectionate sort of soothing interactions. And then the secondary parent, which is usually the dad, they get dopamine hits when they play.
Right.
So one person's for nurturing,
Yeah.
key person for nurturing, and then the other person's for fun.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Is that a subterfugal way of saying dads are the fun ones?
I think it's because they also tested it with same-sex couples, and they found like when there's
fair.
one person who's kind of chosen
The
as the
nurturing
dominant
one.
parent, the nurturing,
Yeah.
it's the other one who becomes. So I think in that way it kind of becomes mum is your close person, but dad sort of becomes the foil in a lot of ways. He gives you lessons to learn, and provokes you in certain ways, and then if things are coming back. You want to go back to mum to feel safe. And that's why we have this fun dynamism sometimes when it's like, Mom, Dad's not letting us do this. Oh, boo-hoo. Because then she's switching sides. So those sorts of things.
I sometimes for a while there, I was the one who, and it waxes and wanes, depending on as they grow up or whatever. But I had to read stories all the time.
Yeah.
And I think with all due respect to Ali, my reading style was a bit more dynamic. I'd do those funny voices. I'd, do actions that were appropriate. If something drops in the story, I'd like kick the bed sort of thing, like to really that sort of thing. But then it was like, okay, Daddy, read the story. Now, Daddy, go away because Mum's the one I actually want to cuddle to go to sleep. So it was this weird sort of like, and now is we can do either or at the moment.
This is what I have from this basket. This
Yeah.
is what I have from this
That's
basket.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So because sometimes it's like I really want. Naomi's like I really want mummy.
Yeah.
And then other times it's like no, Daddy does it better.
Yeah,
Daddy does it more funny, or Daddy did this thing before. I don't want to have to re-explain to you, mummy, how to do it the best.
Yeah. And they're
play the
not,
game.
I mean, not a dad.
There we go. Press
There
the
it
button.
is.
I mean, it
There we
had to
go.
happen in this episode of all episodes. But kids aren't cardboard cutouts either. Like it's they're different people as well. I know that they
Kids are people.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just finding this out recently myself.
I should probably stop feeding her like I don't know, chook feed or. It's just imagine.
man, that
it's
stuff's
like,
good.
Here we go, morning.
But all that hay was so cheap.
But it comes down to different personalities and different moods, and they're different phases. People are people. I know that they're kids and they fall and there are lots of patterns, but also you just never know. And like parenting dynamics are never the same and stuff. You can sort of make broad strokes in a fun way, but it's always going to come down to personality differences of the kids as well, I guess.
Hey, can I ask a question? What was Bandit and Bingo making for dinner? Because it looked like prawns shoved in a bowl with some other stuff.
I don't know.
It looked like tempura prawns. That's about as good as I've got. Some form of topping on top of the prawns, like
I feel like Bandit
crumbs
was all over it though.
Yeah, it was. With the little bum
wiggle as they were doing the dishes.
And that sort of triggers me a bit in that, cooking with kids, they made that seem really fun and really easy. Guarantee you it's not.
Yeah.
Because they're either one of two things. You go to all the effort to get them involved, and part of it is a tactic. Jack is a fussy eater, is doing it an injustice. But so part of the tactic one of the recommended tactics is to get them involved in the cooking. So therefore, when it comes out on the plate, they're more
It's not a big
interested. Yada yada
surprise,
yada. And it goes one of two ways. One where he's uninterested after 60 seconds has elapsed,
Yep.
and then he just wanders off. Or 2, he's so involved that he has to do everything, including opening all the
Sure.
jars and getting all the things out of the drawers. And you go, buddy, it's taken us 45 minutes to do what
A
the
pasta,
first 5
yeah.
minutes of this meal sort of thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's making it as part of the montage that
Yeah. Well,
Bandit and Bingo were just able to do it really easily. Whew.
well, there is another episode that's about that.
Yeah, I was
experience.
going to say,
That's
get
true.
that
But-
newspaper ready.
Yeah,
but-
and there's another one that one of the minisodes recently that I get a bit triggered because it's about giving instructions and people following instructions, and that makes me feel like I'm trying to
yeah.
tell
Being
tell
gaslit.
someone how to do some cooking or something.
I
It's like,
I still believe it though. I still believe that once again it comes down to like the mood that the kid's in or
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
kind of
fair
night they're
enough.
having. Because I would, like, I'll just say omelette. You can roll up that newspaper if you like, because we haven't done that one yet, have we?
no,
But I would believe that Bingo would be that tricky in some situations and that much of maybe not help at the moment. And then also just kind of like if Bluey's there as well and it's a daddy put down, like maybe she's in the kind of mood where that would work. I believe that. I don't think it's too inconsistent.
And one other question. What is a pregnant lady obstacle course?
I don't know, but Bingo seems to know all about it. I love
yeah,
that.
she's so confident.
That scene where they're lying on the swing and they've
It's so
turned
cute.
the animation of the two girls in that whole thing. There's
Yeah.
so many little
Yeah.
awesome moments, like
Yeah, babies love.
like guess the
onesies,
baby
little-
name
Yeah,
and
the
stuff
little
like that.
onesies premonition, like the
Yeah.
onesies coming back
Oh,
around
true,
in
yeah.
season 3. Yeah.
I just even like the little head roll she does
Yes.
when
Yeah.
she goes, "Babies love."
Love it.
What?
And just all those little bits, the way so many good vocal deliveries from
Yeah.
the kids there when she says, like guess the baby name and stuff like that. And also when Bandit's like, why do they want to give him, like, wash a dirty baby anyway? And Bluey reaches her hand out and grabs like Bandit's arm and just goes, you don't really believe that, do you?" and Bingo does like something, you don't actually, that's not real, and she does this thing where she leans on her hands on the thing, and it's like, I'm just watching real kids.
Yeah.
And like Nora's at an age now where like just gently teasing her is stuff like that, like she's got a bit of a sore tooth at the moment because I think she's losing her first baby tooth.
Oh, wow.
And she's really excited about it, but she's also like a little bit nervous and like it hurts a bit.
Yes, you would.
She's like, I can't believe I got a wobbly tooth, and it's just like, it's sore. And so I've been doing stuff like, oh, do you want me to chop your leg off? Doing the whole and she's like, what?
So
you know, the whole if
you
I chop
forget
your
about
leg
your
off,
tooth.
then you won't. And she's like, Brenny, you don't. Yeah, like
You don't really
just
know.
like
No,
no,
you can't cut it
Brenny,
off.
you do not re-" She's like totally in on it, but she kind of like that face. And just like, you don't really like, and just like being in on the fun. Like, I'm not torturing this kid. I promise I'm not going to chop her legs off. And I'm not scaring her either. I wouldn't do it if I do scare her. I would apologize. But no, she's like kind of like that kind of probing and just like I don't know, just to see that reflected.
Yeah, that's the sort of stuff I do all the time,
Yeah.
by the way.
You got to do
It's
it.
like, what's that over there? Oh, that was invented by Mark, Casper, and Aaron. You can always tell it's made up when I come up with a middle name for someone.
You do that all the time on this show, mate.
Yes,
At
I
the
do.
start.
Exactly. This is a skill I've been honing for a while with just making stuff up about, what was it? Oh, because they'll say like, can you eat the skin on these? Oh, these ones? No, that's poisonous.
Yeah.
These are the South Mexican ones. Like these, no, actually the ones we've got are the North Mexican ones. It's lucky they're not the South Mexican ones.
Yeah.
Because my wife's just like,
they're not
stop
really, are
it.
they?
Stop it. Don't believe anything your father says. And I'm like, yeah, she's right. The North Mexican ones are actually also quite
We were at the shops getting fruit the other day, and Jack saw dragon fruit. It's got the it's got the pink and the sort of and he goes. And he reads it and goes, dragon fruit? I was like, yeah, made with real dragons. And just kept moving on. He's like, is it spicy? And I'm like, good question. Do you want to try and find out? He's like, no, you can't eat dragons.
That's a great question. Is it spicy?
because, and we take for granted that could be real.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
like, to a certain extent, there's so much stuff that, like, so much weird stuff that we have to learn about that's actually real.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I saw something. It must have been an Instagram thing or something. Like, how can kids get along? Because they flew to another city, and he's like, the kid was like, "So are we still on Earth?" It's
Yeah.
just because,
Yeah.
could be anything
Yeah,
else.
exactly.
It's like,
Just oh, hang on.
so
This
much
is
stuff
all
that just-
learned stuff.
Yeah.
the world is such a weird place.
Yeah.
They're the
And
same.
there's so many weird conventions that you just kind of
Yeah.
have to learn.
Yeah.
So that there could be a dragon fruit made out of, I don't know, dragons from the Indian Sea.
Yeah.
They don't look like the fake dragons, but they're kind of smaller and they're like
They're not the spicy ones.
Truth
not
really
the
is
spicy-
stranger than
the
fiction.
southern ones are the
Yeah,
Yeah,
the ones you
of
got to
course.
watch
Yeah,
out
yeah.
for. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the same thing.
I knew that
when we went to Jack to Queensland, and we were trying to explain, okay, we got to jump on a plane, and he travels really well on a plane, which was great. And then we got there, and we got the car, and we started driving to the hotel, and he's like, "Are we there yet?" And we're just like, "Oh no, we're." He goes, "Where's Queensland?" And we're like, "This everything
We're in
you,
it, yeah.
everything you can
Yeah.
see is Queensland." And he goes, "Oh." And then a couple of days later, he asked again. He said, "Where's Queensland?" I said, "Everything. This is all Queensland." But he's like, "This is the best Queensland ever."
Man after my own heart.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's hard when kids are kind of like, "Are we?"
I'm going to say that now everywhere I go.
Because I think Naomi got confused about places at some point.
Yeah.
It's like, are we in South Australia or Adelaide? Well, Adelaide is actually a
Yeah.
subset
Yeah.
of South
Yeah.
Australia.
Subset. That's a good word to teach kids, isn't it?
I get up in front of my chalkboard that I have in my house.
Yeah.
Well, Naomi, I'm just going to wipe off this calculus we were doing earlier. And
Don't forget that now.
there'll be a test
You
tomorrow.
need that when you're older.
Before breakfast.
You mentioned about the animation stuff, Brendan.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
in
yes.
that scene in particular, I loved, the swing. And if you watch the tree branch, there's just a little bit of
Yeah.
flex, a
It's
little bit of
flexing the tree
give.
branch.
So
And I'm like,
good.
a lesser show, that's
Keep it
just a
straight.
pivot
Need to be
point.
there.
Yeah.
But it actually bends like a real tree.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
2 other points on that, the physics of the swing. That I wanna-
Uh-huh.
Number one is, well, it's actually, there's a couple of transitions throughout the episode where we see some fruit in a bowl or some other stuff in this little ladybird.
Yep.
Which I reckon's a callback to My Neighbor Totoro, which has got these scenes where there's a little snail that goes up things. So it's
Right
like
on.
the interspersal
Okay.
scenes.
Yep.
Anyway, whatever. So you have a focal point. It's
Mhm.
not just a still life. It's got a little thing.
got emotion,
Anyway,
yeah.
the stuff to do with the swing is there's that shot at the top, and we're just looking at the top of the swing, and all we can see is the 2 ropes hanging.
Yeah.
I love the physics. I love what happens when you have the first moment of them wrapping it around, because it goes beyond and then it comes back
Yeah.
as the crossover point
Yeah.
where that changes.
So good.
So good. And the fact that
Yeah.
that's all you see and that introduces the
And
game.
you
of
immediately know
turning it around.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I really
Another
love is
classic game that when you
Yeah,
go
yes.
from the swinging mode into the spinning mode.
And the other bit that I really love is as he's turning the swing, it's actually going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got,
That's the physics of it,
So
yeah.
good.
And that scene, of course, leads
You got to be
into-
accurate about these
into
things.
the famous
The
line, which
joke,
is the one
yeah.
that probably made a lot of trailers to emphasize that Bluey was a show both for adults and for
Yeah.
kids. It was, Dad, how does the baby get in the belly? And just the awkward pause, the look to camera. Oh,
Hey,
let's
there we
go.
go,
there we
thing.
go.
Like,
And another thing about the music, just before that happens, because it's the
yeah,
Ah,
it's on the
yeah,
album, that
yeah,
one. Yeah.
there's a few,
that music, but just before there's a little, I think it's just a little guitar line that just goes, and it's just a
Oh,
little
really?
bit more of the
Okay.
follicular in there,
Nice.
just before he goes, and lets it go. I noticed that today. I just said, just tying everything in. It's brilliant.
and that pause and the pause in the sound as well.
Yeah.
That classic button. For me as well, it's that the release of the tension that's kind
Yeah.
of been there the whole scene.
Yeah.
Because you kind of know that
Have
they're
to let it
sitting
go at
there.
some
Yeah,
point.
you've got
Yeah.
it's Chekovs Swing.
Yes.
Really.
Yes. And Bandit would, after a question like that, would be pretty tense.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
needs
yeah.
to needs to distract.
And it is this thing. Yeah, that's a good word to. Yeah, you've reminded me of something because it's with kids, there's a certain degree of, okay, when they're upset,
Yeah.
to what extent do you distract, or what
Yeah.
extent, like, I think another phrase that's
Because you don't want to
used is,
deceive kids.
Yeah,
Or
that's right.
or lie, or
It's-
just deny them information. But
yeah, I think a phrase I've heard is,
misdirection.
a phrase I've heard is dealt with or felt with.
Yeah.
Like, to what
okay.
extent do you
Okay.
empathize and like listen to them and potentially make it into a bigger thing?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then they're more worried about it because you're interacting with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Or does that help them? Or like, or then do you, sort of say, hey, that's a thing. Let's just try and put it in a box and move on.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that's all they need.
Yeah.
Is just to be able to move and do something else and release that tension through doing something else, or have something to eat, and then maybe it's not a problem anymore. Or so it's always really a balance. Because as you say, you don't want to deceive, or like if you're an adult and somebody said, oh, don't worry about that problem you have at your job. Here, just eat a chocolate bar.
Yeah. You're like, that's not really
Come out,
getting
have
to
a
the
fun
core of
time.
this.
But at the same time, like sometimes distraction helps as well.
Yeah.
Even when you're an adult.
Yeah, I find it's those things where they're focusing on something that really, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter. It's like, I didn't get to put the toothpaste on the toothbrush.
Right.
Just like, and then you can try and say, oh, it doesn't matter and it's okay, can't, and all that stuff.
like,
Or
what's
you
that
can just
really
go,
about?
hey Jack, race you to the bedroom, and that sort of
Yeah,
breaks that sort
Yeah.
of stuff. But it's the times where Jack the other day just come home and said, someone at school was jealous, and I'm like, okay, that's an emotion I want to sort of, all
let's
right,
unpack
why do
that,
you think
yeah.
they were jealous? What, and he was sort of using it out of context, but that he was recognizing that someone in the class was feeling something, and then trying to like sort of get him to understand why that person may not have wanted to be his friend in that moment because they were upset about something else, that sort of thing. So it's that balance.
It is a
right.
balance, and it is nice that Bandit eventually comes around to like, okay, I will call her.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm not going to deny you this.
Was he actually calling her?
Like, he said he would call her. He's not.
Well, there was-
saying-
I like
that both
it gives
work.
you-
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
little
yeah.
phone sounds that make me think he kind of was.
Yeah,
But,
I believe he's starting to call her, but he's also just he gave
gave her
one
the
more
rope. Yeah.
one more opportunity to think about it from
Yeah.
her perspective of just like and
Yeah.
give her something else that she can. And it's that once again that's that working through thing. There's a few other Bluey episodes where we have the working through of the situation through playing a game and through experiencing it for somebody else. So she has this play a baby shower. And I think one of the best bits of that is when she gets Bingo to be involved.
Yeah.
She walks up to her and she says, "Hey, Snowdrop," which is great because that's Bingo's baby name.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that we see in a couple of other Bluey episodes as well, is like, "Hey, Daddy Robot." And it's kind of like, this is communication of, I would like you to play this character in this engagement with me. And then Bingo does the classic thing of like, okay, I'm going now. Okay, that's fine. Bye, mommy. It's like, no. What you have to pretend is this other thing. Oh, okay. No, I don't want you to go.
Yeah. Flicks on a dime.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't get you script notes.
Yeah. So good.
And then that's fine. So it's just this really nice. Yeah. There's a few other episodes, and we'll probably unpick it more in other ones. That idea of working through trauma to a certain extent, or just working through discomfort through performance of it.
There's a lot of trust both ways there. Like in this episode, like Bandit is trusting that Bluey doesn't actually want to ruin her mum's night. Like he trusts that she's just feeling a lot of feelings and is gonna.
She's focused on herself. And
she's focused on her, but he trusts that she that's just a like the on the surface layer desire for her.
Yeah.
And so he does some actual direct sort of like distractions earlier. Like, no, let's play this.
Yeah.
Oh, let's play Go Away, Come Back. And and Bluey's like fully goes, yeah. And then each time she returns to that, oh, but I miss mum. And then a direct thing
distracts me for a little while.
And then when he's like, oh, like he's not deceiving her. He doesn't want like if it was a serious problem, like I trust and Bluey would trust that he would, reach out and do what's necessary.
Yeah.
But he also kind of like trusts that just another like creative way. I like that when Bandit is being creatively misdirecting, it's not devious. It's done with care and trust, and because he knows the kid. And he kind of just says, I'll ring her. And then that's the moment where he's like, kind of gives her and Bingo the opportunity to talk about some of the things about the night that Chili's experiencing that might actually be fun and and gives her and then they go, you don't really, and so distracts him again, but also like they get to talk about some things and like sparks fire in Bluey's mind of a deeper below that surface level of thinking about herself, thinking, that does sound like a nice night, and Mum does deserve that, and it's just, it's clever and masterful, and Bandit knows what he's doing, but he's not doing it in like in a devious way. It's just like trust and really good natured in both ways,
and he allows them to get there. He's not like, now, come on, think about your mum and all the things she does for us. And doesn't she really deserve an opportunity?
It's feeling with, not dealing with, sort of like.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and just the value that you get from figuring something out yourself as opposed to having it dictated to you by
pretty
the
smart
leader.
dogs. Pretty smart parent dogs.
Smart parent dogs. Very smart. And then we've got the couplet. There we go. Because at the start, there's that. Well, actually, there's a couple, because there's the beautiful thing of like, are you going to get home after? Will I be asleep when you get home?
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm going to give you a kiss, but I won't feel it.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
Chili's
Melodies and Eddie. Who
sweet.
could deliver that line like that? That's why they cast that girl.
Yeah. Then of course we have the sequence at the end where she does feel it, and you can see the little smile.
Yeah.
And but I do also love that when they're doing the Bluey Bingo version of the seeing her off at the car, the shot's the same.
Right.
So there's one shot where Bluey's in the car and Bingo's out the window in exactly the same positioning as it is in the Chili Bluey version. So that's really cute. It's like a mirroring of that little shot. Anyway, but yes, they feel it at the end, and that's the close. No, and then they have the patting of Bandit.
Yeah.
He's done a good job, but he's just got to like really awkwardly crash.
His arms cracked
on
back
the
the other way.
Classic dad position.
Yeah. So good. Oh, Long Dog.
Fridge magnet, wasn't it?
I didn't think so. I saw it in
Long Dog Showdown.
Long Dog Showdown.
Who's right?
For a minute there, I thought it was the.
Are they both?
Possibly. For a minute, I thought it was the baby that she puts in the mummy's tummy, in like the kangaroo's tummy, which is funny.
Okay.
Or the bilby. Sorry, not bilby. The wallaby or whatever it might be. The whatever it might be.
Hey,
as opposed to a wallaby.
Yeah.
But I think there's a shot.
What'll it be? Sorry, go on. I was really proud of that, and then I said it, and it wasn't as good as what I thought it was in my head. Go on.
Yep. So there's the shelves behind Bluey when she's about to pin the tail. Or pin the dummy on the baby.
Yep.
And there's the shelves, and I think the log dog's on the second thing. But there's the fridge magnet that kind of looks like a long dog, but it's not exactly. And that's in a lot of the episodes. And that's for a long time, that's what I thought the long dog was.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's like a purple dog that's long. So really, they're to blame. No, what?
Speaking of long dogs, this is something that I haven't brought up yet, and I don't know if you guys know what I'm going to say, but
I'm terrified.
Was it one of you guys who put a long dog on my car? Did one of you guys do this? Because if it wasn't one of you guys, I am at a loss.
I would love to claim that, but no.
So
not me.
on my troop carrier.
Yeah.
On the brake light, I was just out like putting stuff in there, and on the brake light, like in red, on the red brake light, there's a transparent sticker of a long dog on my car.
Are you serious?
And I was just like, it has freaked me out. I'm like, if Martin or Frank have done that on the sly and they want to, and as a way
See
of
how long it
see how long it took me.
takes.
But it wasn't either of you.
No.
No.
I have no idea.
So you actually live in Bluey's world.
Yeah.
Because that's a hidden log
Yeah,
dog in
there
our
is there is an
reality.
Easter egg long dog on my car that I've got no
That
idea
means
how it got
there's
there.
somebody in the
It had to
in
be
the
one of you guys.
outside universe that does your voice, Brendan.
Yeah. Well, someone
And then that person
Who is
also
the voice
does
of
the voice
Brendan?
of- Aren't we
bloke.
all really just puppets?
Yeah,
Aren't we?
if
That
it
was a weird
and
dream.
this isn't just a long game that you're still playing.
No.
No pun intended.
Swear to God, not
Look,
not
if
me.
if the person who put a long dog on the brake light of my troopy is listening to the show, that well done first of all, because I am at a loss. I don't know how long it's been there. At least 6 months, because I would have
reckon?
noticed it 6 months ago.
Wow.
And I keep forgetting to bring it up because
Surely that's a member of your family.
yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
But I just thought
Man, you got to have a big parlor. for
Yeah.
that. I brought you all here today.
We just-
to,
it'd be just the kind of thing that you would do, Muddy. And then just
wait.
and
Just wait it
see-
out.
and just
See-
like wait it out, and you
Yeah.
would have infinite patience for that. And see,
Are we sure it's not like Dan? Dan
maybe
Because that's also
that's exactly
very
very
much-
much what he would do.
Because
Yeah.
there's the story I don't think we've told where Dan, this is our mutual mate Dan, sent a message to everyone
Oh
except
my
for
God.
Brendan.
Yeah,
And this was before you were vegetarian.
yeah.
saying
This is one of my
so there's-
favorite stories of all time.
It was
So
at
basically-
Greg's Bucks Day.
Correct.
Yeah. We got this message sometime in advance saying, like, wouldn't it be funny if one day, if we just started slowly dropping hints and like apologizing for when we had meat at parties and things to Brendan?
The creativity
just,
that it takes to
like-
think
Or
of
like,
it.
you know, when we're trying to suss out what food we're going to get at the pub, we say, hey, Brendan, the vegetarian option looks really
Really
nice,
good.
doesn't
And
it?
then it all
jumped
came
on
to a
board
head.
immediately.
At the Bucks Day.
That's the most impressive part because I couldn't do that. If I tried to start a joke, there's no people would be like, "No, Brendan, don't be stupid." Whereas he just wasn't. He wasn't even there.
No,
he
he
just
wasn't there.
secretly planted it
Yeah, yeah.
beforehand.
Got other people to do it.
And hearing you say that is the most clear anybody's been about the origin of this to me. I had to assume all of this because it just started happening. Everybody started being like, "Oh, now are you going to be okay here?" Like, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry to eat this in front of you. So I'm like, and I had to piece it together. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, because Brendan's like, I'm going to have the big steak. And we're all like,
Oh, you know,
Brendan,
you don't have
don't
to, mate.
have
and
It's
I
okay.
maintain
Do that
to this
just
day,
to-
Marty, you were the best at it because I didn't expect it from you. And you pulled your chair, you hitched your chair right over to me, and you sat like almost with your arm around me and leant into the menu and just like looked so concerned. You were at least you were genuinely caring, and you just went, "Let's have a look through together." See, oh, you know, would you like that Caesar salad looks really good, but you know, they have the anchovies in the I can ask. Do you want me to ask for you? I'll ask if they can maybe swap that out for just some like some Thousand Island dressing or something. Oh, that would have it was actually, if it was so annoying, it would be really endearing. I was flabbergasted.
And then like months later, when you said, "Oh yes, I am vegetarian," we all looked at each other and went, "Did we do that?"
Did we?
Yeah. It was actually it was a
Yeah.
fair time later. It was quite a few years later, and everyone was like, "Is he pulling a trick on
Yeah,
us?"
exactly.
Yeah.
Is it the reverse?
Is he trying to
prank?
get us back like a decade later?
Yeah, and I think I'm thinking about Dan as well because he sent us a message the other day saying he'd found some old files, including the thing
The ice cream eating
he said-
simulator.
Yeah, the ice cream eating simulator. So this is just if you're trying to nail down what
He's
Dan
a
is like,
genius.
he's a genius. He made it-
Sounds like a long dog planted to me.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
does. So
Very
he made
possibly.
something called the ice cream eating simulator in QBasic, and basically you just press the button press button to eat ice cream, and it was just a picture of an ice cream, like a Neapolitan ice cream in a cone, and as you pressed it, like the picture disappeared a bit each time, and eventually you got down to the
It's
bottom.
the most pointless.
It's so
Anything
pointless,
the
but
time
then-
we would have spent on this.
And then at the end, when you get to the bottom, a little bit of text comes up and it's randomized and it says something like, "You like the chocolate the best."
Yeah.
But it could also be the strawberry
Yeah, it
or
just depends
the,
who's around.
or the cone.
You
There's
like
also an
the
option.
code the best. When
So,
you
yeah.
say it in that
Like,
voice,
this really
too,
does-
the
yeah.
computer voice. You like the code the best.
So
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
yeah. I think
Shout out
I'm
to
going with
Dan.
Dan.
Yeah.
I'm going with Dan.
Yeah, okay.
I'll put a vote in for Josh. It feels like a
I
Josh.
wonder who would have had
No,
it
I don't
though. I don't think who
That's what I
had
mean.
a translucent sticker of a.
Well,
Hong
I
dog?
think with
Is that a
Nora's-
thing that you can get?
Well, possibly.
Probably.
Probably in like a sticker book or something with.
Because wouldn't we know about it if it was like this secret like long dog thing that you can place in people's lives and freak them out?
unless a listener who also lives along your mail route has worked out that that's your van.
I am. This is gonna
conspiracy theory.
this is gonna plague me now.
Mm.
I was certain it was one of you.
You need Brownie on the case.
Oh,
Brownie Bear.
Watch this space. I will update you as we do that.
Actually, we haven't done that.
We haven't
so
done that
can't
one
talk
yet.
about
So
it, but yeah.
another roll up newspaper. But oh my gosh, I am at a loss now.
Mhm. Scary.
You know, stay tuned.
Not guilty.
Oh, one last thing before we go on to Blue Credit.
Mm-hmm.
You just put
Do you want to
food in your
finish
mouth.
eating that food
It's
first,
okay.
Brendan?
I'll talk to this one. I just really like.
I'm making you think of it. This is becoming a pattern. I just love food.
All right, I'll do the talking, Brendan. You just chew.
No, I need to talk.
No, not into
I
the mic.
must talk all the
Oh,
time.
well, you've got food. You don't talk with food in your mouth, young man.
Frank loves that, by the way, listeners. When we're like just sound checking and making sure the lines are working, he loves me putting watermelon in my mouth and just smacking right into the mic. I won't do it for you.
Anyway,
Please
I
in
like
terms
you
of
guys.
like, well, that very like
I like
in
Frank
terms
too,
of sound mix and all those sorts of things, I really love just a little bit of Chili coming in the door, opening the door, closing the door, and putting the keys in the thing.
Yes.
That just feels like coming home late at night.
Oh, yeah. And the shot of her coming up the cul-de-sac with her headlights.
Headlights.
Yeah.
Doesn't that just feel like
Coming
Coming
home.
home?
Yeah.
Coming home.
Yeah,
You open the door, you
after a
close the
night
door, you
out,
feel
yep.
cozy.
yeah.
Yeah, you're coming into the
Yeah.
house. It's a bit dim, but somebody's left the
Yeah.
light on for you. But it's a really
Yeah.
nice little moment.
So
and,
warm.
It rings true.
Big time. Big
Mm.
time.
Blue credit?
Oh, can I give some
Please.
credit where credit's blue?
Do it.
Well, before you guys get a chance to pay me out for not being ready, I would like to cue the drums and bestow credit where credit's blue unto composer David Barber.
Hey! Wow, he didn't look at his phone.
He's not looking at his phone.
I didn't even look at my phone. I do have some information on my phone, but I don't think I need it. But David Barber, thank you so much for composing the heck out of what you do for this episode. I know that Joff Bush, our man, is composer in residence, but I believe David Barber had a huge hand in this one. So thank you, David Barber, for giving what you give to this show. Beautiful music. And I'm looking at some of David Barber's other credits. He's no slouch.
Oh, yeah?
Just stuff all over the place. 20 composer credit on 20 Bluey episodes, I think, but also had a hand in this Tommy Emmanuel documentary.
Whoa.
And you guys know me, I'm a huge Tommy Emmanuel guitarist.
Yeah.
The best guitarist in the world, in my humble opinion. But he was he's credited as composer on this documentary about him, which is like, he's a serious player.
Yeah.
Is our David Barber. So thank you, David Barber, and credit where it's blue and other shades onto you for this episode and beyond.
Good on you, DB.
Get on your
I
DB!
was just saying a little barbershop thing.
Oh, yeah.
Good on you, Baba.
Good on you, Baba. Very, interesting chord. Interesting chord.
We didn't say it was a good barbershop.
Yeah.
Not to David Barber's level, but, you know.
David's listening going, I'm going to have to compose the hell out of that. Like,
You're going to have to put some auto-tunes in here.
We're no David Barber. You know, maybe we'll cut that out, snip, like a barber. David probably hated that joke. Moving on.
You know where you can get some large shears for...
cutting out terrible jokes.
Let me just have a quick look where they get those shears. I reckon you might find them, after I say thank you everybody for tuning in and listening, as always, down aisle 300.
Left at the watermelon Brendan's about to eat.
Yeah, I can't wait. I've got a grape stacked on top of this watermelon. Marty brought in a nice little decor Tupperware.
The red one.
You don't need to name the
it's
brand.
the red one.
Yeah, no, decor brand. You can
It's
get
the
them
600
at, you can get them
ml
at Coles.
one.
You
Yeah.
know, I say Tupperware, but it's like Texture or Kleenex, or it's like what's the word for that when you take a
What?
brand and
Oh, yeah.
there's
Yeah,
a
that's-
iconicism or something like that. There's a word for it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
But what was that thing about left of the watermelon I was about to eat?
And if you hit a piece of pineapple, you've
You have gone too far because they're at the,
You've
they're
gone
at
too
the other
far.
side. They're at the other side of the container.
yeah.
You're not happy with that one.
No.
are you?
No,
Do it again.
I'm really not.
Bring out the shears.
We're
so
gonna leave
upset.
it, aren't we?
Here we are. It's going in just
Yeah.
like this. No edit. Goodbye, everybody. I'm gonna punch up that sigh in the mix.
Created and produced by Frank, Brendan and Marty. You can follow the Hammerbond Project on facebook.com/HammerbondProj, at HammerbondProj on Twitter, or Hammerbond_project on Instagram. Theme featuring Nibblings, Kaylee, Jade, Ashley and Reese, and PA announcements by brother-in-law, me, Josh. Thanks for listening, and remember to get down to Hammerbond for cheap shovels.
Give us another big sigh, Marty. These are delicious grapes. I love fruit.